Deck building is one of the most important skills in the Pokemon trading card game. Most players simply look at the available card pool, then go online to purchase the cards they need to complete their deck. But what if it wasn't that simple? What if your access to cards was limited to what you, yourself, pulled from a booster pack? In this series, myself, Pokemon TCG commentator Chip Ritchie, and world-class competitor Azul GG will limit ourselves to splitting the packs from one single Pokemon TCG booster box. With the cards from those 18 packs, we will each do our very best to construct a playable deck and then battle in a best-of-3 match. Then, each following episode, we will open up a new booster box, going in release order, upgrading and changing our decks along the way. The winner of each episode will get the reward of a single prize series booster pack, giving them a slim shot at powerful trainers and Pokemon from past sets. And the loser of each episode will also get a consolation prize of a booster bundle to open up in the next episode to give them a better shot to improve their deck for next time. Now get ready to enjoy the Scarlet and Violet Evolution series. In the last episode, my cheesy Bronzong deck almost worked, but Azul was able to get off to a fast start in Game 3, ensuring I would be unable to establish my lock. In this episode, we're going to be opening up Stellar Crown. This set is headlined by Terapagos EX, Area 0 Underdepths, and most importantly, the Fan Rotom Noctowl engine. This engine has been used in multiple different archetypes in the standard format to high levels of tournament success. The Jewel Seeker ability is so strong, allowing for convoluted combos to come together seemingly out of nowhere. Other key cards in this set include Glass Trumpet, the Sparkling Crystal A-Spec, and one of the most powerful supporters in the game, Crispin. How will this set change how we approach the series? Will I finally be able to put together a win? Let's crack some packs and get to the action.
Okay, it's time for Stellar Crown. This is a massive set. This could change a lot about both of our decks. There's lots of really strong cards, the Noctowls, the Area Zeros, of course, the Terapagos EX is a big deal. I'll talk more about the cards I'm kind of looking for from this set, but before we do, I do get to open up some pity packs from Shrouded Fable. Now, I don't really need much from Shrouded Fable at this point. I got a bunch of Night Stretchers, I got a Dusknoir line, so I'm pretty content with that. I guess I wouldn't mind having another Dusknoir. I've only have one Dusknoir, so then I could have like a 2/2/2 line, maybe another Duskull as well. I've only got two Duskull. I could also get the Okidogi EX because I've got Petront, I've got Monkey Dory. I don't have the Okidogi though, so then I could make myself like a Loyal 3 deck. Loyal 3 is not very good in Standard. Loyal 3 can't beat Gardevoir or Charizard, so I don't even know if I would actually even build that if I pulled the Okidogi, which is a bit of a problem. Azul's card pool is just so strong now at this point with his archetypes. It is going to be difficult for me to combat it, but I will try my very best. And I get a A-Spec here, okay. I've got Pokevital A and Dangerous Laser already, so I guess I'm hoping for this to be Neutralization Zone just so I have the option. There's another Genesect, another Mochi. I've got plenty of those already. Galvantula, and it's another Pokevital. Oh, let's go. Look at that. I got the Secret Illustration Rare Okidogi EX. That's sick. And I got a Dusknoir. Huge. Okay, so those are like the two cards I said I would kind of want. So that's interesting. I don't know that I'll play this, which is such a bummer. Such a cool card. Such a good looking card as well. Okidogi's a really cool Pokemon. So shout outs to Kantaro, the illustrator here. Super sick artwork, but I don't know if I'll be able to use it. What a hit of a pack right there. We got a A-Spec, we got a Secret Illustration Rare, we got Dusknoir, the best holo in the set, and we also got a Holo Energy. Shout outs to the Holo Grass Energy. And I guess one more Night Stretcher I wouldn't complain about. I have 3, so just having a full playset of 4 would be something I at least have the option to try to utilize. And well, what do you know? There you go. There's the Night Stretcher and another Duskull. That's pretty good. Not bad. A 3rd Duskull and a 4th Night Stretcher. I guess maybe now at this point, what would I want? Like another Monkey Dory? I still don't even know. Even if I got another Monkey Dory, would I build a Loyal 3 deck? I just don't even know. 4th Blood Moon Ursaluna. Okay, I did have 3 of these. I actually almost built this deck in the last episode. The problem is I don't have an Earthen Vessel. I don't have a good way to go find my energies out of the deck to get a bunch in play with the Battle Hardened. A Janine Secret Art. I do already have 4 of those. Obviously pretty strong supporter card. Accelerating energy from the deck is very good, but it's only as good as the Darkness Pokemon that you have. And I don't know, I've got the Loyal 3 guys, so maybe I can make something happen. Another Crobat. That actually makes a 3rd Crobat for me, so I could do like a thick Crobat deck so that I could draw cards when I play Janine. I don't know, maybe there's something there with a thick Crobat line. I don't know, we'll have to see what happens out of Stellar Crown though and what I'm able to pull. So like I mentioned from this set, obviously the Terapagos stuff is pretty good. The Noctowls, the Bouffalants, the Area Zeros, the Glass Trumpets. Those are kind of the biggest hits from the set that I think would be wanting. Let me make sure I don't hide a pack behind the flap like I did a few episodes ago, but something I would love to see is Hydrapple EX. I've got a few good grass things. I've got a Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, I've got an Iron Leaves EX, I've got a Toadscruel EX, so maybe, if I get a Hydrapple EX here, I know I already have pieces of the evolution line for it, so if I found the Hydrapple EX, just maybe I could make a grass deck come together. There's a Glass Trumpet, that's a great start. The Glass Trumpet, that is huge. Item-based energy acceleration is incredibly strong. Choose up to 2 of your benched colorless Pokemon and attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to each of them. Now, obviously, I need a Terapagos to combo with that for it to be really, really good. I don't actually know if I have any other super strong colorless basic Pokemon. I've got like the Kangaskhan EX that I played a few episodes ago, so I don't think I really want that. See, we got a Lacey, that's not a bad supporter card. No ultra rares yet still. The Ledian is interesting. It's got that glittering star pattern ability. When you place Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may switch in one of your opponent's benched Pokemon that has 90 HP or less remaining to the active spot. So it's a way you can be aggressively gusting after your opponent's Pokemon. Ledian itself is not a very good attacker, so I don't know that it's worth giving up a bench spot to have access to, but a gusting option is pretty interesting to consider at least. Oh, we got something here. And it's the Lapras EX, okay. Lapras EX. Power Splash, this attack does 40 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. I do have a Baxcalibur. And then Larimar Rain. Look at the top 20 cards of your deck and attach any number of energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way that you like. Now, I guess if I did find a few Crispin, that would be pretty interesting for some support options, being able to pull more energy cards out of my deck. Maybe I could power up the Lapras and power up a bunch of attackers with Larimar Rain. Have to look a little bit more at my card pool to see what I have access to. There's a Briar, that's a huge hit. And we got a Turtonator, but the Briar here is super strong. You can only play this card if your opponent has exactly 2 prize cards remaining, and then during your turn, if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack used by your Terra Pokemon, take 1 more prize card. So that could be a way I could close out a game and come from behind in a situation that I probably should have lost otherwise. I do have quite a few Terra Pokemon. Of course, though, if I got a Terapagos here, that would be massive. There's a Hoot Hoot, not bad. We need some of those if we're gonna get some Noctowls. We do get a Doxbun. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may heal all damage from each of your evolution Pokemon. If you healed any damage in this way, discard all energy from those Pokemon. So a little bit of a healing option is really not that bad. I guess the issue is just going to be Azul's probably one-hit KOing me most of the time, so it would be hard to get value from the Doxbun EX. We got double, a Noctowl, and a Crispin. Okay, very good pack here. The Noctowl, of course, a huge one with its Jewel Seeker ability. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, if you have any Terra Pokemon in play, you may search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Extremely strong, works with any Terra Pokemon as well. I already have Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, I've got Cornerstone Ogerpon, I've got Charizard EX as well, which of course is a Terra Pokemon, so yeah, maybe we can make something happen. There's a Joltig, that's not a bad one to see. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Grass energy cards and up to 2 basic Lightning energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like, then shuffle your deck. That is really powerful energy acceleration for a basic Pokemon, pulling cards out of the deck, attaching them to your benched Pokemon. It's a little bit slower of a strategy. It does only have 30 HP, so it can get KO'd by Monkey Dory pretty easily, but that could be something. There's an Area 0 under depths, okay, and another Noctowl. All right, things are looking nice if I can just find a Terapagos. We need to find a Terapagos here. We've got the Area 0 under depths, allowing you, if you have 8, if you have a Terra Pokemon, you can have 8 Pokemon on your bench. Extremely good if we can get a good Terra Pokemon. And really, I mean, we've got the Lapras I just pulled, but I think actually if I got Hydrapple, that would maybe be better because then I can go with my Teal Mask Ogerpon deck, potentially. There's another Crispin, that's pretty good. I didn't read the last Crispin, this is my second one now, but search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards of different types, reveal them, and put one of them into your hand, attach the other one to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. So that can create some strong like multi-type strategies with my deck building. So I could see the Crispin being a good option. Let's see here. Ooh, okay, we got a Full Art Metacham EX. I don't actually know if I have a Metatite just yet. This is an interesting one. Put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining HP is 50. That's a lot of effective damage you could be doing for this Pokemon's attack. How good would it be? I don't really quite know. It is very interesting to say the least. Probably not gonna be something I play. I do have like a lot of like decent fighting Pokemon, so it does make me like want to consider playing something like that. Ooh, we got an Ace Spec. That could be pretty nice. Let's see what we get. Get a Lechonk, Varoom, another Briar, okay, Azumarill, and the Grand Tree. Okay, that could open up some stage 2 options here. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a stage 1 Pokemon that evolves from one of their basic Pokemon, put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. If that Pokemon was evolved in this way, that player may search their deck for a stage 2 Pokemon that evolves from that Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. Players can't evolve a basic Pokemon during their first turn or on a basic Pokemon that was put into play this turn. So, I mean, this card is obviously incredibly powerful, being able to set up stage 2s. Maybe I could use this and bring back my Skeledirge deck. That would be kind of interesting. I don't know, maybe there's something there. Looks like I've got 5 packs remaining. At least give me one of the two, Hydrapple or Terapagos. Give me one of the two. That's all I'm gonna ask for. One of the two, one of the two, one of the two. Cubone, Anti-Clover Fossil. I will definitely just not play this card. This card is terrible. Only 3 packs left now. Hope is dwindling a little bit here. I also only have 1 Area 0, so I wouldn't hate another Area 0 Under Depths. See what else we get. Oh, we got some sort of art rare. There's a Kofu, and we do have a Metatite. I guess that can go with our Metacham EX. Sure, okay. It works, right? Another Area 0 and a Bouffalon. Okay, Bouffalon's not very good unless we get multiple, and also unless we get a Terapagos EX, but a second Area 0 Under Depths is pretty cool. All right, if I only could get 1 card here, what do I want? This is my last pack. Is it Terapagos or is it Hydrapple? What do I want? I don't actually even know. We're gonna take this last pack slow. We do have the Antique Root Fossil, Akaberry, Koraidon, Tornadus, Rhyhorn, Meltan, and the Dreadnought. Oh, not feeling the best about that, to be honest. Got the Grand Tree. I've got a couple Area 0s. No Terapagos, no Hydrapple. The Hydrapple, I think, would have been really cool. I did get 2-2 Noctowl. I think I got a 1-2 Noctowl, but I do have another Hoot Hoot, I know. I got a couple Crispin. I got a couple Area 0, so maybe there's still something I can kind of work out here. A couple Briar as well. You know, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. I don't think I'll be using the Lapras, but it's a lot of cards to work with. I'm gonna get down to building, and we'll see what Azul gets out of his packs. Maybe he'll have better luck than me. He probably will.
All right, here we go. Let's see what Chip has left me from Stellar Crown. Honestly, I think this set is pretty weak overall. There's Briar, there's Terapagos, Noctowl. But yeah, there's not too much. I was gonna say, yeah, there's Fan Rotom to go with the Noctowl potentially, but you need like a decent amount of that stuff to actually put something together. So I don't think this would like cause me to switch to a new archetype at all or anything like that. Because Briar would only be good in my already pretty good Charizard deck. I don't think there's anything to get that would add to my Gardevoir deck at all, and we'll see what EX we got here. We did get the Galvantula, but yeah, Galvantula's not going to be any good. Its second attack does 180 damage for a Grass Lightning Fighting, but then you discard all energy attached to it. We need a pretty crazy engine to like make that work and sustain that. I don't think I have the capabilities to do that. I do have an Ogerpon, I do have E-Switches, and I do have the tool card, the Power Glass. So we're like close, to be honest, but I don't think it's good enough. Maybe you get a Lacy here, shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 4 cards. If your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, you draw 8 instead. Weaker than my other supporter options right now, I think, as well. So this is overall going to be a pretty weak set compared to like the last 2. I feel like the last 2 had some pretty big shakeups for me specifically, like the Monkey Dory. Ooh, new A-Spec though. Honestly, I forget what there's nothing. The Sparkling Crystal. It could go with my Dragapult, but I only have the 1 Dragapult. That's the problem. Or not just the 1 Dragapult. I only have a 1-2-1 line. If I had a thicker Dragapult line, that would really be something, to be honest. Although that could become my A-Spec in my Charizard deck. That seems a little bit low value though. The Duraludons are actually pretty nice though to get in case of pulling Archaludon in the future set. So I got a couple Duraludons already, I think. So Archaludon could become an option a couple sets from now. That would actually be pretty cool. Another Duraludon here. And this is the good Duraludon. There is another Duraludon in that future set, but you'd also want probably quite a few Duraludons. So if I pull a couple Duraludons out of this set, a couple Duraludons out of that future set, and then an Archaludon or 2, we could actually put together our Archaludon deck. Okay, did get ourselves a Hoot Hoot here. That's pretty good. You could also like get your Pelipper off of your Fan Rotom as well. Like you can play Fan Rotom and get Pelipper, which actually isn't terrible. Oh, okay, this is one card I was going to mention actually that I forgot to mention was the Hydrapple. We do have a lot of Diplins and Applins. I also do have that Ogerpon. Maybe I can actually do something with Hydrapple here. There might be something here. I might be able to actually make something work. We'll see. I do have that Ogerpon. If I had multiple Ogerpon, that would be quite a bit better. One Ogerpon. Oh, what do we get here? Oh, it's just the full Arch Ultic. Oh, we got ourselves a Noctowl. The Noctowl is pretty cool to go with our Hoot Hoot and our Fan Rotom. One Hoot Hoot, one Noctowl is a little slim as far as the line goes. Definitely looking for something a little bit thicker, like a 2-2. So we need a little bit more, I think, to make it come together here. Got a Frogadier there, but Greninja EX is not in this set. Actually, I think there is a Greninja EX in this set, but it's terrible. It's not the Fighting Greninja EX, which is the one we want. Oh, second Fan Rotom. Also, a Gravity Gemstone can be really, really cool with the Gardevoir deck to set up for like big Screamtail plays, like sniping and stuff like that. So that could be a cool way to shake up Gardevoir with like more of a spread Monkey Dory. Okay, second Hoot Hoot. Okay, it might be coming together a little bit. Second Gravity Gemstone. Got the Full Art Lacy here as well. I don't think the second Gravity Gemstone, I'd ever play 2 of them in some kind of Gardevoir deck, but we could. You could play 2. If we can get that second Noctowl now, we got the second Hoot Hoot, another Duraludon. There's the Briar. Okay, that was a card that I definitely want to potentially include into, not even just Charizard, but it could work with Dragapult as well. Got some options for the Briar. Doesn't have to just be Charizard, but it is kind of probably best with Charizard compared to everything else I have. So I would probably go into Charizard before anything else. Well, there's an Area Zero. That can be cool. There's a Bouffalon, but we need 2 Bouffalons to actually make this work. And even on top of that, we would need like Terapagos or something to make it worth playing Bouffalon. Otherwise, I don't even think it's really worth to play Bouffalons or stuff like that. We got a Slowking as well with that Seek Inspiration. You discard the top card of your deck. If that card discarded is a Pokemon, you can use one of that Pokemon's attacks as this attack. So that can be kind of cool in Gardevoir, but it's really not better than like just playing the Drifloon with the tool cards and stuff like that. So there's the Greninja EX I was talking about. Flip a coin if heads, you do 100 more damage for a water and a colorless, so obviously terrible. If it was the Fighting Greninja EX, there would be some potential for a Greninja deck for sure, to be honest. But yeah, this Greninja EX is pretty terrible. We're getting through the last pack here. Okay, not a whole ton of game changers. Final pack here. Let's see what we got. Clash Trumpet, another Gravity Stone. Yeah, not too much changed at all for me in this one. Sheesh, I don't even think what am I gonna do? Am I gonna do anything different? I just did not get a whole ton to really shake things up at all. We'll see what I end up going with. I kind of want to try and utilize the Sparkling Crystal in a Dragapult deck. Man, I just wish I had more Dreepies. I wish I just had one more Dreepy. If I had a 2-2-1 line of Dragapult, I'd feel way more confident in playing like a straight Dragapult deck. But one Dreepy is just like not enough to make that happen. I need like one more Dreepy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out if I'm gonna use any of these cards, to be honest. If I play Charizard again, I'll be playing Briar. I'm not sure if I'm gonna bring Charizard again though. And I guess if I bring Gardevoir, we could put a Gravity Stone in there or something like that could be cool. Maybe I'm gonna go look at my cards and see if I can't come up with something completely different though. Maybe there is some potential there to really shake things up. I don't think it's there though. We'll see what I come up with.
Just wanted to pop in real quick and say thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're enjoying yourself, please consider subscribing. It would really help us out a bunch. And if you want to show a little extra support, you can do so by becoming a channel member down below. And a perk of being a channel member will allow you to get access to these videos a little early, getting you a chance to see them before anyone else. Now back to the video.
So I am running it back with Charizard. Things have changed up a little bit. I'm not doing the Dusknoir thing. Going for more of like a control Charizard. I don't know. Of course, you got the Pidgeot here, 201. I switched to both 60 HP Pidgeys to play around Dusclops. I've got the 3-2-2 Charizard lineup, a 1-1 Toedscruel to shut down Chip's Night Stretchers, Cleffa, Indeedee, and Tatsugiri for the support, and I got the Genesect in here to shut down Chip's Aspec as well. The Tatsugiri I went with because I feel like without Dusknoir, without Dragapult, I'll have plenty of bench space to put the Tatsugiri in play and potentially utilize it. Looking at like 2 Charizard, 1 Pidgeot, maybe Toedscruel, maybe Genesect, so it's like 5-ish. Maybe Cleffa gets stuck on the bench, maybe gets KO'd. Indeedee I'm playing in here to play around the Bronzong. That chip might play. Also, it's just like not terrible in general. So I got the Indeedee in there for a little bit of evolution power to get into my Charizards to help play around the potential Bronzong. That chip might play. 6-1 on the energy. I also went with a 1-1 split here on the Charmeleons to play around any potential EX Wallers. I don't know if any really exist. There's like the Miraidon, but if Chip plays one of them, then I have the Fire Blast here from this Charmeleon to get through something that could be a little bit bigger. That might be annoying to get around. So I have an out to deal with any potential thing that says EX Pokemon can't hit it. Supporter lineup, same as usual. Youngsters, Carmine, Research, 2 Iono, the Daisy's Help. Briar is the only new addition, I guess, here. I got 1 Briar, so I included that. Jack, Arvin, Turo, Erie, Boss. I only went with the 1 Erie. I do have 2 of them, but I only decided to go with 1 of them here. Pokemon Search is the same as well. The 2 Great Ball, 2 Poffin, 2 Nest, 2 Ultra. Same thing here for the rest of the items. I did get that second counter catcher that I'm now including from the prize pack. Pokemon Recovery is the same at the Night Stretcher and the Double Super Rod. Palpad for the supporter recovery. Recovery. For the tool cards, going back to Hero's Cape over the Secret Box, I still have the TM Devos, TM Evo. I went with double rescue board here, one potentially for the Tatsugiri or the Genesect, and then also just getting into Cleffa turn 1, increase my odds of getting into the Cleffa on that first turn as well. I did think about playing 2 Cleffa, but it does feel a little bit redundant. Maybe playing more Night Stretchers would kind of just be better than playing more Cleffas. And that's a 60, pretty straightforward Charizard deck, nothing too crazy. Just got like the Toad Scroll in there to try and be a little disruptive, I guess alongside the Eerie as well. Trying to add as much disruption as possible. But yeah, this set, it didn't really give me a ton of new potential archetype options at all, to be honest. The only thing I could have included here was maybe be like a Noctowl line. Hopefully the next set brings something different and I can get off of Charizard and Gardevoir, but for right now, they're so superior to the rest of my options that I gotta keep rocking with them. But let's see if it can beat what Chip brought.
So here it is. Here's what I've come up with. I really kind of honed in and focused on what I think my best cards are right now, and that is the 1 Charizard EX I have, and then the Dusknoir line. I did cut a Dusclops, so I've got a 2-1-2 Dusknoir, a 3-2-1 Charizard. Usually pyramid lines like that are not considered very good, but it's what I've got, it's what I'm working with. Of course, I do have 3 rare candies I'm keeping in here to use with those stage 2s, and I'm using that Noctowl engine, Jewel Seeker, in order to, if I have a Terra Pokemon in play, search my deck for the 2 trainer cards and try to combo together whatever turns I need to. Hopefully, in a perfect world, what'll happen is I can use 1 Noctowl to set up and then 1 Noctowl to like close out the game. Now, it's rarely a perfect world when you're playing a game of Pokemon TCG. I do have the Scoop Up Cyclone to reset a Noctowl, which is actually kind of cool. We'll see if that comes up. And a Noctowl does only work if you have a Terra Pokemon in play. Of course, Charizard EX is a Terra Pokemon, but I was a little worried that if I only have 1 Terra Pokemon and it's a stage 2, like I'm not guaranteed to have Rare Candy Charizard on turn 2 of the game. So I did include the 1 copy of Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. Now, this is functioning mostly just as a Pokemon to sit on the bench and activate all of my Terra cards, the Noctowl and the Area 0 Underdepths mainly, but its Cornerstone Stance ability does mean it can't be hit by Pokemon that have abilities, and if Azul does stick with his Charizard deck, the only thing he really had that could hit this was the Dragapult EX. So if I can deal with the Dragapult EX, maybe Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon can sneak in and steal a game for me, potentially. Got the Pheasantipity, got the Squawkabilly, got the Cleffa, and I did get the Fan Call Rotom. I didn't call this out during my opening because I actually missed it. I didn't realize I pulled one. I was looking through my cards. I was like, dang, did I miss it? And I just must have missed it at some point because I did get a Fan Rotom with that Fan Call, letting me search for 3 Pokemon with 100 HP or less that are colorless and put them into my hand. And I am including 1 copy of the Ditto from 151 here, Transformative Start, so I can go Fan Rotom for the Ditto, get the Ditto into the active by either retreating, Scoop Up Cyclone, or even rescue boarding into it, and then use the Ditto to get into, say, Cleffa, or Duskull, or Charmander, or even something like Squawkabilly or Pheasantipity. I guess not Pheasantipity, but Squawkabilly EX in order to discard the hand and draw 6 new cards on the first turn of the game. I am playing the 1 Fighting Energy and the 1 Energy Search just because I'm a little worried about like wanting to be able to attack with the Cornerstone. Like if I'm playing it, I feel like I need to play these cards. Low key, I kind of feel like these cards could just be 2 Fire Energies. I kind of don't even want to play this card, but I feel like I need to for the Terra cards. I'm playing the 2 copies of Area 0 Underdepths. Other than that, I guess the only real other thing I want to point out is I am going to play a Tech Papaya Berry, a new card from this set. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Psychic Pokemon, it takes 60 less damage. Of course, one of Azul's 2 really strong decks is the Gardevoir. I'm kind of anticipating that he's going to go back to Gardevoir in this episode, so I feel like the Papaya Berry on the clean Charizard EX could guarantee myself that I get to stick around for an extra turn. Maybe I can Scoop Up Cyclone, reset it, do the whole thing again. That would be pretty strong, but this is the deck I'm going with. The main thing I'm questioning here is the Cornerstone and the Energy Search, and I really do only have 1 attacker, the Charizard EX, so if I prize it, that could be a problem. I do have Dusknoir in order to Curse Blast and try to chase some prizes. Of course, I can still attack with the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. That is less than ideal, though. I do only have the 4 basic Fire Energies, but of course, Charizard accelerates them from the deck. I've got 2 Super Rod, 2 Night Stretcher. I think I should be okay. I will just have to manage my resources extremely carefully. I'm really hungry for a win in this series. It's been quite a while. Azul has got a massive lead on me at this point. I would love to win a prize pack at the end of this episode, and we'll see if this is the deck that can get it done for me. All right, Azul, here we are again. Another Evolution Series episode. You enjoy Stellar Crown?
It's about what I expected. There's a lot of cards that are very good with Terapagos, but you need Terapagos to make them good. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely weaker compared to last season. Sure. A lot weaker, I would say.
Yeah, it's a step down because it's really focused around 1 card, but there's a lot of like good cards, potential, like there's some solid supporters that you have options with. The Crispins and the...
I think Crispin is probably the biggest one. That would be the biggest
Crispin supporter. And the Briars are the biggest options. Lacey's also not a bad supporter. Maybe replace some of of your youngsters, you know?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think still give youngster the edge. That 1+1 card in the early game is a pretty big deal, I feel like. Wait, Lacey is 4, right?
I believe it is 4 early and then 8 later. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's flip the coin. Do you want heads or tails?
I'll take heads.
It is heads.
All right, I will go second.
I feel like you win all of these flips.
It's possible. We'd have to go back and look at the...
All right, Azul, good luck. You got the nice Cleffa start. Well done, but I started.
Ooh, fan Rotom, also a pretty good starter.
I'm not gonna complain. I'll draw for turn. All right, that's pretty interesting, actually. I'll just kick it off with the fan call. During my first turn, I can search my deck for 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less and add them to my hand. And off of the fan call, I will grab a Hoot-Hoot, a Noctowl, and a Ditto.
The Ditto's nice.
I'm gonna bench the Ditto. I'll attach an energy to turn to my Fan Rotom and retreat it into Ditto, and then I'll use its transformative start. Once during my first turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, I can search my deck and choose a basic Pokemon I find there, except for Ditto. If I do, discard the Ditto and then put that Pokemon in Ditto's place.
I wonder why they did except for Ditto. Were they afraid of someone like...
Chaining Dittos? I mean, it's just a lot of deck thinning for one Ditto, you know?
Yeah,
you just play a 4 Ditto deck, you open Ditto, boom, minus 3 cards right away. Ditto, 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 Ditto.
I mean, not every deck plays 4 Trekking Shoes, though. So
yeah, sure. I don't know, they just maybe didn't want the potential of it to happen, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like it's cool, though. I feel like that'd be a cool... if a deck would actually play that, that would be cool. 4 Trekking Shoes, 4 Pickaxe, 4 Ditto. It's always interesting with those things where they put those limitations. Like, is there something that they actually know they're scared of? Or they're just like, just in case?
Just in case.
I don't think they're actually scared of anything with the Ditto here.
I'll get rid of the Ditto with the transformative start and put Charmander in its place. I'll bench Hoot-Hoot, bench Hoot-Hoot, bench Duskull, and I'll pass to you, Azul.
All right, sounds good, Chip. Looks like the potential for an aggressive turn 2. I'm gonna go ahead and play Nest Ball here to start off. Searching my deck for any basic Pokemon and putting it onto my bench. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab Tatsugiri, put that onto my bench.
Ooh, okay. Looking for some help here on an Arven or something? Or I guess any supporter. You only have like 1 Arven, I think, right?
There's only 1 Arven, unfortunately.
Tatsugiri and Cleffa.
I'll attach a rescue board to my Tatsugiri and then play Professor's Research. Discarding my hand, drawing 7 cards.
The Toad Screw. Ooh, Palpad and Night Stretcher going down, though. That's pretty good to see.
Yeah, the Palpad going. Night Stretcher I'm less worried about, but the Palpad's pretty good.
Fire energy makes me assume you stuck with Charizard.
I'm gonna go with a Great Ball here. For the top 7, take any Pokemon I find there and add it to my hand. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab a Charmander. I have stuck with the Charizard.
Yep.
Looks like you've made your way back over there as well, but you got the Terra package.
Charizard is a Terra Pokemon.
I'll then bench Charmander, attach to Charmander, and then Grasping Draw with Cleffa for 2.
Okay.
I always almost say eek whenever I use Cleffa.
I'll draw
Not
for turn.
eek, though.
All right, this will work, I guess. I'll use Ultra Ball, discarding Iono and Boss's Orders, and then searching my deck for any Pokemon, putting it into my hand. I will grab myself the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX, which is, of course, a Terra Pokemon, which then will allow me to use Jewel Seeker on the Noctowl in order to search my deck for 2 trainer cards, reveal them, and put them in my hand. Of course, only able to use it when there is a Terra Pokemon in play. Off the Jewel Seeker, I'll grab myself Jamming Tower and a Rare Candy, add those to the hand. We'll then use Rare Candy to Rare Candy my Charmander into Charizard EX, using its Infernal Rain ability to search my deck for up to 3 Fire Energy cards and attach them to my Pokemon however I like. And I will just put the 2 there on the active. I'll put Jamming Tower into play, and then I'll play Iono, having each player shuffle their hand, put it on the bottom of the deck, and draw 6 cards apiece at this point in the early game.
All right.
I'll use Ultra Ball to discard 2 other cards from my hand, search my deck for any Pokemon, and I will get rid of another Ultra Ball and the Charmeleon. Search my deck for a Pokemon, put it in my hand, and from that I will grab Dusknoir. I'll then use Rare Candy to evolve Duskull into Dusknoir. I'll use Cursed Blast to knock out the Dusknoir, KO the Charmander. We each take a prize for that. And then I'll go for the Burning Darkness, 180 damage for the knockout on the Cleffa, taking a prize.
Unfortunate goodbye, Cleffa. All right, things are heating up fast here. Go ahead and draw for turn. I'm then gonna go ahead and use Attract Customers. Looking at the top 6 cards of my deck, taking any supporter I find there and adding it to my hand, and I will grab an Iono. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and play Arven, search my deck for an item card and a tool card, adding them to my hand. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab,
Got a Poffin prized or something?
Wait, what are my prize cards? Okay, we can make it work. Off the Arven, I'm gonna grab an Ultra Ball and a Team Evolution. It's definitely some unfortunate prize cards going on. I do have 2 Buddy Poffin. I have not played a Buddy Poffin. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and play Great Ball. Look at the top 7 here. Take a Pokemon I find there and add it to my hand. And I will fail the Great Ball.
Fail the Great Ball.
Taking nothing. Then I will play an Ultra Ball, discarding a Team Evolution and a Carmine. Searching my deck for any 1 Pokemon and and adding it to my hand. And I will go ahead and grab Pidgey. I was like, it's gotta be. Bench Pidgey, bench Genesect, bench Charmander, retreat into...
Oh, you can't retreat, buddy.
Oh no. And I will pass.
Okay, I'll draw for turn. That Genesect is a little concerning. So I'm gonna use Arven, search my deck for an item card and a Pokemon tool, put them into my hand. And off the Arven, I'll grab myself a Papaya Berry and a Scoop Up Cyclone. I was ready for your Gardevoir deck with the Papaya Berry.
Not gonna be too useful this time around.
No, not this time. I'll use Buddy Buddy Poffin to search my deck for just one basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less, put it onto my bench. Off the Buddy Poffin, I'll grab a Duskull. I'll use the Scoop Up Cyclone to pick up the Noctowl, and I will re-bench the Hoot Hoot. Gotta use it while I can, you know? I'm gonna use Night Stretcher to put a Pokemon or basic energy card from my discard pile back into my hand, and I will grab a basic Fire Energy, add it to my hand. I'll attach the Fire Energy for turn to the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX, and I'll go for the Burning Darkness for 180 for the knockout, take a prize.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go ahead and promote my Genesect and draw for turn. Okay. Go ahead and play a Super Rod, recovering a Charmander, Fire Energy, and Cleffa. Then I'm gonna attach a basic fire for turn to the Genesect and then play Iono. Both shuffle our hands, put them on the bottom, draw for each prize card remaining. I'll get 5, you'll get 3.
Only 3.
Play an Artisan, bumping your Jamming Tower. I'll activate the Artisan, searching my deck for a basic Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box. I'll grab the Cleffa. Then I'll rare candy into the Pidgeot EX, bench Charmander, retreat my Genesect into Cleffa, use Quick Search on the Pidgeot here, search my deck for any one card and add it to my hand. I'll then evolve my Charmander to Charmeleon here, and then I will use Grasping Draw with my Cleffa to draw 6 cards.
Sounds good. Draw for turn. I'm gonna use Super Rod to shuffle 3 remaining combination of Pokemon and energy from my discard pile back into my deck. And I'll put back a Duskull and Dusknoir, shuffle them back in. I will then use Professor's Research to discard my hand and draw 7 new cards, getting rid of Briar and Research. I'll then attach a basic Fighting Energy for turn to my Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX on the bench.
I assume it existed.
Yep, and I will go for the Burning Darkness for a knockout, taking a prize.
Sounds good, Chip. Goodbye, Cleffa. Go ahead and promote my Pidgeot EX here, and I will draw for turn. Ooh, all right, that is a pretty good top deck, I'm not gonna lie. I'll start by Ultra Balling away, Rescue Board, and Toadscool, searching my deck for any one Pokemon card and add it to my hand, and I'll grab a Charizard EX. I'm gonna go ahead and play Super Rod, shuffling back up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon and energy cards, and I will grab just 2 basic Fire Energy.
Okay.
I'll then evolve my Charmeleon to Charizard EX using the Infernal Rain ability to search my deck for up to 3 basic Fire Energy, attaching them to my Pokemon in any way that I would like. And I'll put 2 on Charizard EX. Then I'm gonna go ahead and play a Counter Catcher, bringing up your benched Duskull here. And then I'll play Iono. Both our hands go to the bottom of the deck. I'll get 5.
I will get 2.
I'm gonna go ahead and activate Artisan, searching my deck for a basic Pokemon, putting it onto my bench, which I will fail. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use Quick Search, searching my deck for any one card and adding it to my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and evolve my Charmander into a Charmeleon. I'll retreat to my Charizard EX, and then I'll use Burning Darkness to knock out your Duskull here.
Okay. I'm gonna promote my Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. I'll draw for turn. I'll use the Artisan to search my deck for a basic Pokemon without a rule box, put it onto my bench. I'm gonna grab Cleffa from the Artisan. I'll then attach a Rescue Board for turn to my Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. I'll put Area 0 Underdepths in play, bumping your Artisan. I'll attach Defiance Band as my tool for turn to Charizard EX. I will retreat to the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX into Cleffa, and then I'll go for the Grasping Draw, draw until I have 7 cards in my hand.
Sounds good. Draw for turn here. I'm gonna play Buddy Buddy Poffin, searching my deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less. Fail the Buddy Buddy Poffin, play Artisan, bumping your Area 0. I'm then gonna go ahead and play Jack, searching my deck for 2 evolution cards and putting them to my hand, and I'll grab a Charizard EX. I'm gonna go ahead and evolve my Charmeleon to Charizard EX using the Infernal Rain ability, searching my deck for up to 3 basic Fire Energy, attaching to my Pokemon any way I'd like, and I'll accelerate 2 Fire Energy to my now bench Charizard EX. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use Quick Search, searching my deck for any one card. And with that, Chip, I will Burning Darkness and knock out your Cleffa.
I'll promote the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX and draw for turn. I'll use the Artisan to search my deck for any Pokemon and put it on my bench. That does not have a rule box, of course. I'll grab myself Duskull. I just have to assume that you have a Briar. So I don't feel like I can attack with my Charizard. Just Defiance Band Briar me. Can't Briar and Boss, though. We could Briar and Counter Catcher, I guess. I'm gonna bump your Artisan with a Area 0 Underdepths, and then I'll use Nest Ball to search my deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto my bench, shuffling my deck afterwards. I'll grab myself a Charmander. Get to have the wide bench, of course, with my Terra Pokemon in play. You love to see it, right? I'll attach a basic Fire Energy as my attachment for turn to the Cornerstone Mask Ogre EX. Then I will play an Iono, having us each shuffle our hands, put them on the bottom of the deck. You get 3, I get 2. Then I'll go for the Demolish. For 140 damage, this attack's damage isn't affected by weakness, resistance, or any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon.
All right, sounds good, Chip. 140. I will draw for turn here. 2-card hand.
What's up? 2-card hand.
I'll go ahead and play Eerie, looking at your hand and discarding up to 2 item cards I find there.
I got Noctowl and Counter Catcher.
All right, well, get rid of the Counter Catcher. I think it's gonna be tough to beat a Noctowl, though, going to this next turn. We'll see. I'll go ahead and use Quick Search, searching my deck for any one card. Okay, I believe there is an out here for me, Chip. It's gonna be tough, though. I'm gonna attach TM Devolution to my active and then use it, de-evolving your bench Charizard. I think I have to hope for some pretty unfortunate prize cards here.
I will draw for turn. This is 140, 280, plus 50. So I just need to get Dusclops. I think I should have it then. So
yeah, there's a couple win conditions here, Chip. Rare Candy into Charizard would also work.
It would. My last Rare Candy is prize.
Okay.
So I will use Jewel Seeker to search my deck for 2 trainer cards, add them to my hand, and I will grab myself Ultra Ball into Arven. I will use Ultra Ball to discard the Arven and the Charizard that you so kindly put back in my hand, giving me discard options, evolve into the Dusclops, and then I'll use the Cursed Blast. You get to take a prize. I deal 50 damage to the active, and then Demolish for the knockout.
That'll do it.
And take 2 prizes.
All right, that was a close one.
It was a very close one.
You definitely have a pretty sick deck there. It reminds me of the standard format Terapagos Charizard. Obviously not as good as that, but
I was hoping to pull a Terapagos.
that would have been sick to get involved.
Cornerstone Mask is, doing his part though.
You have 2 Area Zeros as well, so you can go wide, a little bit aggressively. Yeah, my start was a little slow there. I did prize Nest Ball, double Poffin.
That was rough. So. I prized double Charmander, so I was like, I hope this Charizard doesn't go anywhere.
I need him around for a little while.
It's hard to deal with the first Charizard though. That's the thing.
Yeah. All right, Chip. I think you got the Fan Rotom and all that stuff. I think I'm still choosing second here, though. I think I need that extra little bit of draw support to get going. Also, the potential of the TM Evo, stuff like that.
I think that makes sense. If it makes you feel better, I would choose to go second myself. So.
And I think my tech cards, the Genesect, the Toedscroll, they seem like they're lining up okay. I should get them in play.
Yeah.
It's going to be the struggle.
You did force me to use my Scoop of Cyclone earlier than I probably would have, but it ends up being good because then I have the Noctowls in my deck for the rest of the game, is how it's at the end of the game. All right, 7 cards apiece. Here we go.
I got a mulligan.
I have one as well. You do have the Turo. Okay, I was wondering if you didn't have it anymore.
I mean, you got to bring the Turo.
Yeah.
It's too powerful.
I just didn't see it, so I didn't know. I think this is the first time I've won a game 1 in this series in a while. Hopefully I can lock up one of these next 2. I want the prize pack, bro. It's definitely got the Prime Catcher in it. I feel it.
This is the time for the Prime. All right, so I got one here.
I do not.
I got my mulligan here.
Start this.
Sounds good.
Ooh, that's an old Evo Series classic right there. We both play. Dude, that's why are you playing this card? What? I'll draw for turn.
Gotta be safe against Bronzong. You never know.
Apparently. I'll kick my turn off with a Nest Ball to search my deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto my bench, then shuffle my deck. Off the Nest Ball, I'll grab myself a Duskull and put it onto my bench. You may be wondering why I did not grab Fan Rotom. I'll bench Hoot Hoot and I'll bench Hoot Hoot, and then I'll bench my Cornerstone Mask Ogre EX. And then Azul, I will pass to you.
All right, sounds good. I'll draw for turn. So it could be a rough one, Chip. I'm gonna go ahead and put Artisan into play. Activate Artisan, searching my deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto my bench that doesn't have a rule box, and I will grab a Charmander. Then I'll Ultra Ball away, Charizard EX and TM Devolution, search my deck for any Pokemon card and add to my hand, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab Tatsugiri.
Yeah, not too upset to see the TM Devo go down. It's okay with me.
About it later.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna bench my Tatsugiri, Chip, and then I will pass to you.
Oh, yikes. Okay, I'll draw for turn. I will evolve my Hoot Hoot into Noctowl, use its Jewel Seeker ability to search my deck for 2 trainer cards, add them to my hand. I'll grab myself a Jamming Tower and an Ultra Ball. I'll use your Artisan to search my deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto my bench. I will grab Cleffa. Using Ultra Ball, I'll discard the Papaya Berry and the Briar, search my deck for a Pokemon, put it in my hand. I'll grab myself the Charmeleon. I'll attach Return to the Charmander and then retreat it into Cleffa. I will evolve my Charmander into Charmeleon. I will replace your Artisan with a Jamming Tower, and then I'll use Grasping Draw to draw cards until I have 7 in my hand.
Sounds good, Chip. Let's see if I can get a top deck here. I will draw for turn. and I will pass.
One of those games, huh? I'll draw for turn. It's what it takes to win the Evolution series, I guess. I'll use Ultra Ball to discard Energy Search and a Duskull. Search my deck for a Pokemon, put it in my hands. I'll grab myself Charizard EX. I will then evolve my Charmeleon into the Charizard EX, use its ability Infernal Rain, searching my deck for 2 basic energies, attaching them to my Pokemon however I'd like. Put them both on Charizard EX, of course. I'll attach an energy for turn to my Cornerstone Mask Ogre Pawn EX. I will retreat my Cleffa into the Charizard EX, and I'm gonna use Boss's Orders as my supporter for turn to bring up the Tatsugiri, and I'll go for the Burning Darkness for the KO.
All right, sounds good. Goodbye, Tatsu. Go ahead and promote the Indeedee, and then draw for turn. I'm gonna attach a Mist Energy for turn to the Indeedee. I'm gonna use Expert Nurturer, search my deck for a card that evolves from one of my Pokemon and put onto that Pokemon, and I'll evolve my Charmander into a Charmeleon, and pass it over to you, Chip.
Draw for turn. I think that should be game, Azul, because I do have Rare Candy into the Dusknoir.
Oh.
You should have gotten the other Charmeleon. I guess it doesn't matter because I Curse Blast that, take a
First Blast
knockout.
also KOs the other Charmeleon.
Oh, right, it's offensive attacks. KO that, and Burning Darkness, take the KO, and your boy has finally won an Evolution Series episode. Let's go. It's been so long.
Yeah, that was rough. Game 1 was close, although I'm curious why you didn't go in more with your Cornerstone.
I didn't want to commit all the energies to it. I have very few energy in this deck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a way to answer it
immediately, obviously.
Yeah, I can attack with, Fire Blast, which isn't very good.
No, I probably should have just soloed Cornerstone. I guess that was an option.
Yeah, I think you could have. Not quite. So I do play in this time around. I did bring the Hero's Cape, so I would be able to get through a Cornerstone with this guy. And I did bring this guy because I was like, I'm trying to think if there was some EX Waller that existed. I was like, if it does exist and Chip chooses to play it, then I might need this guy. Which is a good thing I brought it.
I didn't feel like I had to. I guess it did get kind of closer at the end. I didn't feel like
it was just interesting because in game 1 you didn't accelerate an energy to it. And I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't play the basic fighting. But I was like, there's no way he doesn't play the basic fighting.
I almost didn't. I did debate not playing it. Yeah, my energy is super thin. I play 4 fire and then the 1 fighting.
Oh my gosh, that is.
Yeah. I mean, I've got double super rod, double night stretcher.
Yeah. That is a pretty sick build though. You were able to pull together the owls.
I was just crossing my fingers that I did not prize the 1 Charizard EX. If I'd prized the Charizard, the game basically, I don't know. I mean, I can take knockouts. I can take knockouts with Dusknoir.
Yeah, you have Dusknoir as well.
Yeah, I was trying to have responses for your 2 best decks. I was like, okay, Cornerstone Mask against his Charizard deck and Papaya Berry. Get my Charizard to live against a Drifloon or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know about the Papaya Berry, but the Cornerstone is really good against
it doesn't get KO'd by the Drifloon.
I don't even think I've ever one-shot one of your... If I one-shot, I use Luxurious Cape, and that's getting over the Papaya.
Sure.
All right, Chip.
Let's get it. Oh, you know what I get?
The prize pack. This is a Prime.
I don't think either of us has gotten an EX as well.
That's right, I have the Genesect to stop your Prime Catcher.
Actually, I don't know. Is Charizard... I think there is a Charizard EX play stamp.
The Peak.
The little Peak, always a fan of the Peak. I got another rescue board, okay, I'll take that. Rabska.
Oh, do you have?
I've got 3.
Oh, you have a 1/1?
Yeah. Another Research, which I have a lot of, so I don't need that. What a waste. The water energy.
At the end?
No, I've got one more. A Trainer. Boss's Orders.
Could be. You do have the, what are they called? Iron Valiant?
I think I have 3 of them.
Now you have 4. You have the playset.
I have a playset.
Oh,
I have 4 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball. That is one of the worst play packs I could have gotten. The only card I will probably ever use would be the Rescue Board, and I doubt I'll play 2 Rescue Board.
Yeah, it's not a great one, to be honest, for sure. All right, Chip.
I'll take a win, though. I'll take a win. Wait. Could be a problem because you get Stellar Crown Pity Packs. That's another shot at Terapagos.
I don't even know if I want the Ghost.
Did you get anything from this set? Any EXs that are useful?
I did get Hydrapple, but
I wanted the Hydrapple.
I only have the 1 Hydrapple though, that's it. I do have the Diplins. I do have Thwackies.
Yeah.
I only have 1 Grookey. That's the problem, I only have 1 Grookey.
You gotta
and I do have the Ogre Pond, but
even just getting 1 card though, it's Quick Search.
It is Quick Search. It is pretty good. So there might be something there, but I didn't commit to that this time around.
It's hard for you to choose anything besides Charizard or Gardevoir, I think.
It's tough. Yeah, I need a little bit more of a line of something to actually make the full commitment over.
All right, those little GGs.
GG's, Chip. See you in the next one.
Let's go.